Hey everyone, it's Life and Vibe, otherwise known as Ray. And today I'm coming to you with a massive dose of common sense, which is the antidote to our friend Sarasota Tim and his super spreading event that's going down in the Bradenton area of Florida. And I do not mean to laugh because this is actually very serious, but Tim seems to have taken it upon himself to do about everything you should not do when you are facing an illness and it is extending for a number of days and you have a friend who is elderly who is also sick. Oh my goodness, we got a lot to get into, everybody. But if you do not know, I am a registered nurse here in the United States. And this video is for information and education purposes only. They're just my thoughts. They are my opinions, but they're based in a lot of education and knowledge. And just to make sure, because Tim, we have a battle going on, but everything done here is fair use. It's criticism, it's commentary. And I think at this moment in time, public health is definitely at the foremost in all of our minds, because even some of Tim's subscribers are letting him know maybe you should just stay home and not get other people sick. But hey, what do we know over here? I just have a Bachelor of Science in nursing, and Tim has a life of street smarts and shenanigans. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. We're going to watch this video at 1.5 speed, and we're going to get into his short. And we haven't heard much else from Tim today. Now his visitors are out of town. Take it away, Timmy.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Welcome to Sunday, you 111,000 beautiful souls. I've already made my coffee, so I don't have to bore you by making it. It's already here.
Just to give you the heads up, yeah, he's looking upward, and that's not to God. He's looking at his air conditioning unit, I'm thinking, because it is loud and it obviously just kicked in. And Tim is, professional content creator. So if you heard that noise starting, that's not on my end, okay? That's my laugh if it's a bad sound. This is on Timmy's end.
The air conditioner is running at 6:30 a.m. Folks, thank you, AC. That is the best cup of coffee I've drank in my life. And that's good. What do I got here? Oh, I got my weather forecast. I got another subscriber. He texts me every single morning saying good morning and giving me the weather forecast and any headline news there might be.
This guy wants to feel like he's the most popular guy at high school, and high school meaning YouTube. Tim, if you are new to my channel, Tim is a locale. He is a begging, flagging, I mean, any type of behavior that is the epitome of being an absolute locale on the internet. Tim is one of them. There's actually a book that has been written on the topic, and I think I need to read it and review it, because I did study literature when I was studying my first degree. So I do actually have a major in English language lit, believe it or not.
Oh, that's slurpable, folks. Let me tell you what I've done. I've emptied the Dunkin' Donuts coffee is gone. I drank it all. And so I have plenty of McAfee, baby. So I poured it in.
So Tim has been complaining of some type of respiratory illness. He's been sounding really congested. He has been sneezing. This is my physical assessment that I've been able to ascertain from watching him on camera. Obviously, I have not laid stethoscope on this man, and I am not having any medical diagnosis, any treatment, anything of that nature. This is just what I have been able to eyeball via video. And he has sounded congested. He has looked even more glassy-eyed than usual. And I don't know if that's the medications or could be part of him not being well. He has also had complaints of coughing and feeling, I think, sinus issues and so forth. So what does he decide to do? He decides to take something that is extremely dehydrating throughout the day, and that is coffee and the sodas, because both contain caffeine. Coke contains caffeine, and the coffee contains caffeine. So I think Tim is something of a caffeine addict, which does exist in the DSM-5 with text revision as an actual mental disorder and addiction. Now, the concern is if that you are unwell, especially with anything respiratory, any type of viral illness, a lot of times they can cause inflammation in the body. And one way to help kind of combat that inflammation is actually by staying very well hydrated. And that is going to be really with water, not having something that's going to be actually causing you to diarrhea, which is caffeine. And it can help you poop too. But yes, that probably would be not advised. I would say try to stick to, if you want to have maybe some hot decaffeinated teas, if you want a little flavor, I would suggest maybe, a little, if you want a little honey lemon water, just for soothing of the throat. That can be very comforting often. They had a drink in England. I'm sure there's nothing. I think it probably had some type of analgesic in it. I think it was paracetamol. That was Limsip, and that was very popular. I don't know if they have a Limsip equivalent here in the United States, or if that does exist, because I don't really get sick very often. But that could be comforting. A tea. I would suggest stay away from the coffee. All right, I made that point.
Here, I have a spoon, but I have with the percolator, the basket, I can literally just pour it in there, put my finger over the little stem hole so it doesn't go down in there. And I hold it in my hand, I don't hold it over the pot. And I can just sprinkle some in and shake it and look at the little level line in there. So I decided, because these, I'm saving them because, it's good to put odds and ends in, I guess, little things you can. So there you go. It's a big container, and you use the scooper. And so I'm going to try that. And I do save the cans. And I've got the down to that right there. Right here.
Okay, guys. This Tim loves his audience to get him coffee. So we're just going to have to bring him out. Sorry, guys.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry begging. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Yeah, you're absolutely begging for some coffee from his subscribers. And begging for them to watch his ads, which may be potentially violating YouTube's terms of service. Dinga has done some digging on that one. And if you haven't checked out his channel and his video about that, that's pretty good research done there.
Pick up another big canister because I do like drinking the decaf at night. Absolutely. So I got this morning.
Oh, see, people were talking about the decaf, and he talks about drinking decaf at the evening time, which still has a small amount of caffeine. And so if you're going to choose to take a hypnotic like Ambien, I would suggest kind of laying off the caffeine. Why are you even decaffeinated? I don't think that your sleep hygiene is very good, Tim. I'm just saying.
You can hear I got a little cough, but I'm not like sitting here coughing my head off. I'm on the mend. Your prayers are working. The medicine's working. My prayers are working. And time is working.
Yeah, none of that. Because Tim has not, and this is classic of Tim and why his glaucoma procedures have all failed horrifically, is Tim is an absolute extrovert narcissist, in my opinion. And he cannot stay home, especially in this hot box RV that he really, in a lot of ways, hates and loathes. Every once in a blue moon, he'll pop out a video where his true feelings about the RV, especially in the Florida heat, are made known by him. And being unwell, he really should. And maybe today, it finally took him down, because we've only seen this video and a short, which we'll watch in a moment, from Tim. But he insisted, because he had visitors from out of town, that he had to obviously go and see them and hang out and go all around the Moose Lodge to a restaurant called Pier 22, I want to say. So, hey, staff, watch out. Tim was in there and he has no idea what he has. And it's been going for days. And neither does the other person who Tim was in close contact with, Fred, his friend, who is 86, who supposedly has also been home ill. So he'll talk about him in a moment and we'll get to that.
What we need to pray for is Mr. Fred, who I got a report last night from Miss Raphael that he wasn't doing good at all yesterday. You got to remember he's 86 years old, and he was doing good the day before when I talked to him on the phone, but he did sound like I sound probably still. But
I mean, he's just out here on his videos coughing. He doesn't cough in the crux of his elbow. I understand he's got a coffee cup, but he does have another free arm. It's so unhygienic. And if he's out there, he wants to go to church, okay, like this. But the concerns with somebody who's elderly like Fred, and he's in his mid-80s, if he has not been tested and ruled out for COVID or the flu, or if they don't test positive for those, then it could potentially be an RSV, and then it could be potentially just a basic rhinovirus, which they're not going to test for that. But it's be important to rule out, especially if you've been ill for a number of days, because as somebody's elderly, if he's not drinking enough water or staying sufficiently hydrated, they can easily become dehydrated, and that quickly can turn into a urinary tract infection in somebody who is much older. And along with that, quickly can become signs of confusion. It can come on quite rapidly. And so that's a distinct difference between somebody who has dementia, where the signs and symptoms of that disease process will come on over a longer period of time, and somebody who has something like a urinary tract infection or a delirium, because any of these signs of confusion are going to come on very acutely and very rapidly. So it is very concerning if he has not been to see his provider. And often these situations, hopefully Rafaela is getting him to stay very hydrated, because these situations can quickly become, and often for pediatric patients too, situations of dehydration. And like I said, these can quickly become UTIs, and then onto confusion, and then falls and other things that can become quite serious. So I certainly wouldn't let somebody who's older linger if it's continuing past just a day or two. I definitely would want to have them seen by a provider, especially if they've talked of any body chills or anything along that, spiking any fevers at all. I definitely would want to have them seen by a provider and not let them get to a place where they're maybe not getting something that can help manage symptoms, so they're not becoming dehydrated, or making sure all of those bases are covered. But Tim, of course, thinks some prayers are going to get it done, which I'm not trying to put any doubt in people's faith, but obviously you need a little bit more than just faith.
This morning I got church in 2 hours, and I will lay off the beach today. I've got plenty of sun, and hopefully I'm going to feel good enough. I do feel pretty good. I'm going to forge ahead, and I'll get my 8,000 or 10,000 steps in. I don't know about the gym or not. We'll see. Definitely.
Yeah, because it just makes so much sense that if you have potentially a viral illness, that increasing the temperature, like core temperature of your body, can also help the virus get a little bit more virulent in your body too. So it's certainly not recommended that if you feel unwell to go out there and like try to exercise it away. Tim was also talking about, wounds, and Zeke really addressed as well about that, going into the water and getting the salt. I mean, what is he drinking in that coffee? Because anybody knows that the one thing you should not do is go into the open water with a wound, because the likelihood of getting a bacterial infection, and one that could become quite life-threatening, if not life-threatening, if not life-ending, is very possible. And there are many beaches, because of the seas warming up, the bacterias and everything else in them start to get much happier as well, and much more proliferating through the waters, and much more prolific, and it's much more dangerous, Tim. He's a mountain of common sense.
Some walking and maybe ride the bike or something like that. I don't know. Whatever I want to do.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Tim day today because my subscribers got up really early this morning. They had a very early flight out of SRQ back home, and they're actually going to be back home in time to go to church. So, and they go to the late service anyway. But we chatted this morning and said one more final goodbye. Well, it was nice meeting him. I hope more of you, if you ever want to visit Florida for your own vacation, or you're in the area, Tampa or whatever, and you can come on down and check out the Sarasota, Bradenton area. Go to Siesta Key Beach.
Yeah, you can meet Timmy, and he can have an illness that you can take back to your hometown. What a parting gift. Because the likelihood of these people contracting whatever Timmy has, typhoid Timmy here, is very high. Typhoid Timmy strikes again. He's so inconsiderate. This is just the acts of people with the highest level of narcissism and selfish behavior, to not just stay home, to go out at the time when whatever it is that you have, and you don't know what it is because you haven't seen anybody and it's persisting, that you want to be everywhere, spreading it around. You want to be spreading it in the church, your aerosol everywhere, and you're in the restaurant, and with people that are from out of town, and over at the Moose Lodge, and who knows where else, over to Fred. Who knows? Both got sick at the same time. Who knows? But you certainly aren't, taking medications that are contraindicated for people with glaucoma. And you just don't care. And you still think you're the smartest man in the room. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect, always with this one.
I'll come down here to the lodge at Bradenton, Anna Maria Island, Manatee Beach, which I'm going to go and video for you guys next. It's about 1.5 miles north of the lodge, and plenty of free parking there, and sit there on that beach and see what it's like, get a little flavor for it. And then eventually we'll get back down to Lido and do some more snorkeling and see if there's any sand dollars in the water again, since I'm snorkeling again. So I think that between the carnivore, the snorkeling and swimming, and just healthy living and eating, that my physical body and health and energy level will start to go up and up and up, because that is the most important thing in our age, is to have health.
Yeah, and you're not doing anything that shows that you're healthy. Drinking those massive amounts of coffee while you are trying to get better is not good. You should be drinking lots and lots of water. The fact that you're going out and spreading whatever you have around, that you have health insurance, have not been to a provider to rule out for anything. I mean, the things that taking Sudafed, which is contraindicated for your glaucoma and probably other disease processes that you have, like high blood pressure and other stuff. And then you were mixing it with, I think it was codeine with cough syrup. I don't know. Oh my goodness. It's a mess. It's a mess. He really is a mess. He can come out here and try to pretend he's not, but he is. Okay. PSA. Most of the comments in his comment section, I would not pay attention to the advice either. None of these people are in the medical field. Because
I made a few comments this morning to people that said some very nice things, and some good tips on what to take regarding getting back healthy. And
Tim's going to hope you send that to him on a buy me a coffee. Because people used to do that for him. There was a time when Tim would get sick and people would literally send him $10, $15 to go purchase a medication on buy me a coffee. I think those days are gone, Tim. But, he got to beg out for it, guys.
And I can tell you, and you know yourself when you're sick. Here. And Fred will tell you, I'm sure. It doesn't matter. Everything else is noise. When you're not able to walk down the darn road, or talk without barking your head off, or blowing your nose, or even a worse health condition, which we don't even want to talk about, to where you're hospitalized or you have to go get treatments and things, yeah. So health is wealth. So you got to take care of it. You can't just, fly by the seat of your pants. You have to put the work in. Now, as far as eating this morning, no, I'm not going to eat anything. I have some boiled eggs here. I got 3 left that I haven't eaten.
Talking about health as well, I can let you know at the hospital, they would at least try to let you get a little breakfast. I mean, why don't you keep your energy levels up so your body can heal better? Usually that's through having nutrition. Trying to not have anything to eat at all. How are you anticipating that this illness that your body is trying to fight is going to have what it needs to help fight it better? It needs nutrients. It needs things that are going to be beneficial for it to do its job effectively. You can't deprive your body of nutrients and then expect it to run like a dang Ferrari, Tim. That just seems to me not a good. Now, every type of food may not be what is best depending on the illness, which is good to find out what's going on. But most of the time for illnesses such as these, obviously having chicken soups or having any type of food that maybe just a grilled cheese sandwich can be sometimes very comforting with tomato soup, not necessarily seemingly the healthiest. I guess definitely not the soup sometimes unless you make it yourself. But obviously you want to be giving yourself the nutrients and the energy, those carbohydrates, those fats, all of those things are going to be able to help your body feel satiated and full and feel like you can fight whatever's going on. What you've been doing, none of these things are advisable. The excess walking, and if you're not feeling well, you need to rest. That's it. End of story. Otherwise, you could exacerbate it.
Salad mixins. I've got those jalapeno peppers that I got yesterday as a gift from the market. I'll put these on the cremator. By the way, that Pittsburgh steak last night, let me just tell you, I'm going to tell it to you gospel.
That might be the one good thing to have are those peppers on the grill. Capsaicin or whatever they call that. Capsian. I think it's a capsian, something like that. In the peppers is really good for you. So I definitely would make sure you had some of that. I think they might have some vitamin C in them too.
I don't mind well done.
I mean, can you imagine? He's out here putting this as his videos and he's just coughing out in the air and saying about how healthy he is. And he looks and sounds dreadful. Just absolute low-cal activity here from Tim today. Typhoid Timmy!
Or medium well. It doesn't have to be pink at all in the middle for me. As long as it's tender and good. So I could have gone a minute or two less on the Pittsburgh cooking of that. But believe me, it was not burnt in the middle. This was just medium well. And I love how fast. And have you ever heard of Pittsburgh? It's when you really, okay. I just want to say, I read your comments. I answered the comments. By the way, I've asked many, many times about, hey, use the Amazon link and use the, if you'd like to support the channel, buy me a coffee or, subscribe and like the videos. Watching those commercials, something's going on because my generation of revenue from YouTube, since I started talking about this, has absolutely jumped.
Now that's interesting, Tim, because Dinger brought up a really important thing about whether or not YouTube allows you to advertise on your channel watching the videos all the way through. So, okay, let's see what it says. I've been having some struggles with the AI mode. All right, so that's not quite the answer I wanted. Okay, let's not do that.
So thank you, all of you.
But I understand that Dinger had a video where YouTube specifically is saying you should not encourage people to do that. That needs to be something that's organic from your audience. Now, if you want to send your audience to something like your Patreon, or in my case, buy me a coffee to support the work that I do on this channel, calling out medical misinformation, you can also come and join us on some lives where we have a great time interacting with one another in the community, or get even more sort of fun and even more personal in the members only lives. And we go there once a week. So have fun with that. So yeah, you can send me donations to that way. But I don't think you can say to people to watch all the ads all the way through, Tim. I think there might be some issues about that. But you keep talking about it.
Out there, because I know when I ask, you do try to do what you can because you're that kind of people. So watching those commercials a little past the skip point, if you can do it, has definitely made a difference in the AdSense revenue. So thank you very much. I'm going to have a little bit bigger check, and I hope it goes a little bit bigger than that. Let's just keep it going. I'll take it, and then we can do what we need to do, and get back out there on the road. And
Jim, I'm kind of confused because I thought you had plenty of money.
Set the inflation and whatever you're doing for your own self that is helping you with cutting back on.
Tim, hold on. We got to go over here for a second. Okay, I'm not a fan of the AI always, and this Dinger did this research, but just in case, can you ask yourselves to watch the ads all the way through? No, you cannot ask your subscribers to watch ads all the way through. YouTube strictly prohibits encouraging viewers to click or watch ads to boost your revenue. Oh my goodness. Doing this will get your channel penalized or banned. Why you cannot do this? Invalid traffic. YouTube classifies this behavior as artificially inflating ad revenue. As I said, it has to be organic. The audience has to want, because that's what they base because that's what they sell to their advertisers, Tim. So you can't mess with Google's advertising revenue like that. I mean, you have an ability to increase your monetization by placing your own ads or increasing the frequency of your ads. Now, is it going to ruin the viewer experience? Probably. Are your viewers going to click off even faster? Most likely. But to actually encourage your viewers to do so is selling false metrics to YouTube about your channel. And that is a no-no in the world of Google and YouTube. I promise you'll get, and you've been saying it a lot recently, Tim. My goodness, the AI bots are going to pick up on it. I just want to put out there, that's him asking for his channel, not me. I'm just reacting. Policy violation. The YouTube partner program terms explicitly forbid asking users to interact with ads. See? One thing is asking for, super chats or memberships, or, you can let people know about your buy me a coffee for, supporters or Patreon. YouTube really lets you get some flexibility. But when it comes to those ads, Tim, that's where you just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You need to let it go. Sorry. I am not a great singer. All right. So it says here, smart detection. Oh my goodness. Tim. YouTube's algorithms track viewing patterns and easily detect unnatural ad retention. Oh, Timmy boy. And then you have all of these folks leaving comments. Consequences of violating the policy. Ad revenue deduction. YouTube will remove, that would make him really unhappy. Will remove earnings generated from forced or requested ad views. I wonder how long it will take for them to pick up on this, if at all. YouTube is notoriously awful at seemingly getting Tim for much. Monetization suspension. Your channel may lose the ability to show ads temporarily or permanently. Oh, Tim. Oh, my goodness. I mean, we would be sad, but we could find somebody else to talk about. Account termination. Repeated violations can result in complete deletion of your YouTube channel. You improve retention, make engaging intros so viewers naturally stay longer and see mid-roll ads. Exactly, Tim. You've got to make it so that your audience actually finds your content engaging and entertaining and informative. Place strategic mid-rolls ads. Yeah, you can do that yourself. I just let YouTube do it. They changed some things and I just said, okay. And nobody's complained. And I don't complain, and I just let it be. That's it. Yeah, build loyalty. Focus on creating high quality content that makes subscribers want to support you via super chats and memberships. No, I'm not looking to do that. I don't need to do that. Thank you. I'm going to go back to Tim. I wonder how long it will take. We need to. Well, you know, he's a flagging flag. He's flagged so many channels. That should have taken him down too. But I don't know. Tim seems to be YouTube Teflon.
Like some subscriptions or certain things that you're doing that you can definitely save on. Maybe riding the bike, or you've got another car you can, drive more than the gas hog. I pray that all of you out there are doing something that can make your income.
Gosh, I mean, he tries to talk about being so classy and all the things that he has done as far as just coughing out in the air, taking his nose and not having a tissue on hand, knowing he's filming this for camera. I don't know if he just wants sympathy from people because he's a narcissist, in my opinion, or what's going on. But these things are driving me a little bit nuts in some ways, and I don't want to use wild, maybe we're not nuts. This is a great word in this day and age. But it's giving me the icks. What about that? It's giving me the icks because I obviously work in healthcare. I just think about germs and stuff.
A little bit bigger. By the way, I had a subscriber send me something that they have now, I don't know if you've heard about it, reevaluated the COLA adjustment, and it's another point up. It's nothing to brag about, but hey, if I gave you $70 more on your Social Security every month for the rest of your life, are you going to say no? Heck no. So it looks like 3.9 is what they're forecasting.
No, Tim, I wouldn't be worrying about that if you're violating that many things on YouTube.
A inflation increase in our Social Security that will come your first check of 2027.
Oh gosh, don't listen to this man for anything with Social Security. He's not honest about anything. He's never talked about his honest incomings or outgoings, anything. It's just smoke and mirrors. He regurgitated some video and he had a clickable title and it went viral. And I understand the type of content that Tim has is not what YouTube wants to do. YouTube sees itself as being television now. So it wants you creating shows. Come to the Life and Vibe show. When we go live, we have fun.
So it needs to be $500, more. It really does. I mean, this is ridiculous. But that's the latest news on that. I haven't taken a thing this morning. I was trying to put it off to see how I'm really feeling. I might take some cough syrup. I might take a Sudafed. I haven't gotten to CVS yet to buy some vitamin C and stuff. But
yeah, why don't you just get a delivery to the house, Tim? But I guess you're just too cheap. You'd rather spread the disease. Promise you. When I've had times where I've become very unwell, I have had delivery to the house. I've just broken down. I've got to that $35 Target delivery, and I paid for the guy to come and deliver it to me. And I've broken down. I've gotten like Panera delivered to the house because I get free delivery with my app. And it's very hard for me to do. I am a frugal individual, having been a single person for the majority of my adult life. I was married briefly a long time ago, so I consider myself primarily single and have had the single person tax for the entire time I've lived in the United States. So I certainly do not like to spend on like food deliveries to the home or anything. But when I have not been well, those are the times that I give myself grace and say it's okay. It's okay, Tim.
But I definitely should and just continue to take it. I think this is zinc, which I don't even know what it is or what it does. Maybe I'll buy some of that. And
zinc is a mineral, Tim, that helps boost immunity. I take zinc daily, 50 milligrams of zinc. Also, ladies, if you want to know, this is also what I was told. It will help with the, if you get Botox, there are studies that show it will help with the lengthening of your Botox. Like it will last longer. So if you want to get the best bang for your buck from your Botox, ladies, take 50 milligrams of zinc is what I understand. But obviously discuss that with your providers first. Don't just, that's just what I have been informed as a healthcare provider. And I personally do take it along with my vitamin D. So those are the only two supplements that I take on a daily basis, are the zinc and the vitamin D. Both are really to help boost the immune system. And sometimes we just don't consume enough dietary zinc that we need, and we don't often absorb sometimes our minerals the same way as we age. So adding these as supplements is always great, but I would always recommend that you discuss that with a provider before you do it. So if you've had the provider recommend that, or you have had that, I would always do that, because if you have too much of any type of mineral or anything of that nature, the only way it can go out of your body is excreting it through the kidneys, and that puts a lot of extra work on your kidneys. So, for example, a lot of people talk about just taking magnesium or some of these additional supplements. I would talk to a provider. Both the vitamin D and the zinc were prescribed to me by providers. So that's why I take them. They were not just taken by me erroneously. They were provider prescribed. So I just want to clarify. And I'm a healthcare professional, so I still am not taking these supplements, other than the fact that I've been advised to take them. But otherwise, just picking supplements off a shelf to take them is not something that I would necessarily recommend.
And drop that as well. But for this morning, until I get with you guys later today, let's just enjoy ourselves. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Say your prayers. Pray for others. And always in your prayers, the Bible teaches, and everything I've learned, instead of just asking for everything, always give gratitude for what you already have, especially your health.
Tim is grateful for nothing. And Tim, your health is terrible at the moment.
And that's what God really appreciates. Just like your parents would when you were a kid. If you thanked them and appreciated what they did for you, what they gave you, what they're doing for you.
Is that why you ran away from home?
That's what they love. So your Father in heaven loves that too. So remember to get out there and crush it.
Yeah, okay. So Tim looked like he was like full of beans. And then his audience, 27 comments came in. 1,600 views. Let me see. Let's sort by top, shall we? Okay. Let's see if anybody mentions about having watched the ads all the way through. Make sure Fred goes to see a doctor. I agree. And some union carpenter, I'm tougher than you truck drivers, teamsters. And that's a fact. I guess somebody's comment got deleted. All right. Anything about... Oh, here we go. I keep you on even when I leave the house, so the ads play through. 15, 60-second ads are no big, but some channels, don't know why, you get 2 minutes of content and then 30 ad. And Tim responds, thank you for the support. Maybe we should screenshot that one. There we go. All right, let's get over to his shorts real fast. Sorry, I had to screenshot while I could, just in case he decides to clean up his crime. Okay. So here we go. Tim says he never made it to church, guys. Let's hear what happened.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Just an update on the health and wealth situation. Just so you know, I repeat, I did not go to church. I got undressed about 20 minutes after
he doesn't look well. I mean, look at his eyes. The sun has done anything but make him look healthy, in my opinion. He looks less healthy. He looks actually really gaunt. His eyes, he has a lot of fluid under his eyes.
Well, maybe a half an hour, because it was a while.
Probably not helping that he's got pressure issues already from his glaucoma, and he's taking Sudafed, which is contraindicated if you have glaucoma. So Tim already is messing around with his eyes.
Oh, yeah, before church was going to start, I took that codeine cough syrup, and not only did it make me drowsy, but I started.
Now, Tim has not been recently prescribed this codeine cough syrup. And I'm not going to say that people don't have prescriptions that they keep from their doctors and providers and nurse practitioners or PAs or whoever they see, and don't finish that during the time and, use it later on if they feel sick again. Are you technically to do that? No, you're not. You're a provider who prescribed that medication for that particular illness at that time would be very upset to know that Tim is taking it for another illness, especially something that has codeine, which is a controlled narcotic, in the actual prescription. So I don't know why he's announcing this, but that's Tim. Also, I would be hesitant if it's out of date, because that could mean that the actual efficacy of the medication is degraded. But I certainly just wouldn't take it not knowing what I have. You obviously want the pain relief, Tim, but you haven't been coughing that much. So why are you taking a cough syrup with a pain reliever?
Coughing my head off.
Oh, okay. Well, you have been coughing somewhat. He does start to cough. He has been coughing, but I don't know how much of that's was dry bag sympathy.
I'm getting a little relief now, and Fred isn't doing good either. So Fred and I are both,
That's not good if Fred's not doing well. I don't know if this is from the conversation the day before or he has since spoken. I'm continue, but Fred needs to go to a doctor then.
We're not trying to, I don't know how he is really. I haven't seen him, but I've heard from Rafaela. But for me, I don't need to go to no hospital or anything, but this cough is terrible. I mean, it just hurts.
Send me money through Buy Me a Coffee
when you cough. But thank God I've got that codeine cough. I mean, it's narcotic,
Why don't you go see your provider and try to find out what you have? Maybe they can test you to rule some stuff out. Because some things that people can get can be very bad for other people, Tim. Sometimes it's not just about how you feel and you wanting to get out and do you. Sometimes you doing you, Tim, can actually be harmful for others.
Strength. This is something the doctor gave me. It's an elixir. And I've saved it because every time I get sick, it was the only thing it's ever really helped me.
And they may not always prescribe it. Especially if you're always wanting to get codeine cough syrup every time you get sick. Because that just says something else, Tim. And you are aware of that, I'm sure.
From when I get like this.
Please don't take that with the Ambien.
And so this thing is definitely turned into the same exact way I get sick. So I already know what it is.
What is it, Tim? What is it? Such an expert. What is it? Obviously, you don't think it's contagious because you've been running around trying to spread it to everybody. So what is it? Just a head cold? Well, that would be contagious, wouldn't it? Most sinus infections are anything it's probably, especially if Fred is also sick, it's telling me that it's not just from a random, sinus infection that got out of control. But you don't know. But then again, not shocked, not surprised.
I don't need to go to the hospital.
No, you don't need to go to a hospital. You need to go to an urgent care and get yourself ruled out or call your provider.
I just need to, but I'm all by myself here.
Tim's asking for pity dollars.
If you got any chicken soup, bring it on over.
You can have that delivered, Tim. You got plenty of money.
Maybe I can drive. I'm gonna go to the store probably because I probably need to get something. But I'm
Great.
waiting for this codeine to kind of wear off. I keep nodding out a little bit in my chair here, just watching YouTube.
Oh, great.
Watching those Eagles, and it definitely will make you a little drowsy. So as soon as I just take a little swig of it to suppress my cough. So
Oh, great. So you don't even take a full dose. Usually there's a reason why you take a certain amount for the efficacy of the,
I could go to church, but
I'm glad you didn't go to church to try to get everybody else sick in the congregation.
I couldn't make it. So
that was God working through the codeine.
I will get over to the store and get something. I had my 3 boiled eggs. Maybe I'll make some more coffee.
Maybe I'll just rub my mouth and my hands a little bit more around my face and spread some germs when I go and touch everything in the store. Oh, Lord.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take something out of that. Look at all this stuff. I got some stuff in here. I got stuff. Let me take out. What is this? Oh, it's that chuck eye. How about some chicken thighs? Probably take 3 days to defrost. And I have.
Because he doesn't know you can obviously defrost things in water if it's in a packet. Didn't you put them in like a plastic bag and then set it in water so it can help defrost it faster? That's how I always saw people defrost meat. I don't know. Is that safe? I'm a vegetarian.
There's some pork chops in here too. I do have one good steak, a New York strip Angus beef. All right, that's it. Crush it.
Yeah, the only thing Tim is crushing is probably his pills. Oh my gosh, guys. I just don't know what to say. Oh my God, that video got really long. That's all I have to say. Okay, drop a stethoscope in the chat if you got this full. Make sure to hit the likes, subscribes, and hit the hypes. I really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome with hyping these videos out. So that's great. So thank you for sharing this content. And I can't wait to see how healthy and wealthy Tim is tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. This got long. Bye.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.